Yo, what's up with it? This your boy Noonie, and this is Leo in the third house, back with another reading. It's gonna be another pick a card. We got 4 piles today. We're gonna be asking the question: how do your friends view you? So all those people who be in your close, intimate spaces, who you tell your intimate secrets to, and feelings and thoughts, how do they see you? I would say secretly, but we don't want that to be a secret today. We want to know what's up with it. So we're gonna get started soon. But thanks to all those people who like, share, subscribe. What's up with the new subbies? You, what's up with you? Um, Hopefully y'all stick around and see the new stuff I'm coming out with. I got some new things coming. As always, thanks for those people also who booked those readings. I'm working on getting like Square and some other things set up so that way you guys could book the readings and you don't have to just have Cash App. But for now, that's what I got. You know what I mean? Um, so anyway, without further ado, let's get to these readings. So it's gonna be pile 1. This is gonna be pile 2. This is gonna be pile 3. This is gonna be pile 4. All right. I'm gonna get started with pile 1. Pile 1. So pile 1. How do your friends view you or see you? Okay. You could probably be my friend. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Okay. So first of all, this is what I'm getting. And this is kind of dope. So you are right. You are right as a friend, okay? You pretty decent. So that's what I get. You are definitely a close friend, someone who people know that you know your own value, you know your own worth. You can be a bit controlling, you know, maybe a bit for self sometimes, but it's all in good faith for others. It's like you don't like others to control you, so you kind of beat them to the punch. You're also a bit reckless, you know, but they see you as either being reckless or either being a genius. Cause like sometimes when it happens, it works out. Sometimes when you do it, it doesn't work out. But they still see you as this person who's willing to take a chance. All right, so you're a controlling, risky person. Cool. Okay. They also see you as maybe a bit prideful. You might have a big ego. You really care how other people view you, but you are a bit charismatic and warm, outgoing. You do kind of tend to stay by yourself. It's like you prefer to be the leader as opposed to the led. You know, I get that. I really get this sense of like control. That's a big thing for you. But you're loyal. People see you as loyal, maybe possibly a soulmate, like you were meant to be in their lives. They also see you as a deep thinker. Yeah, you could have been my friend. We might have had some clashes because you can't control me, and I probably couldn't control you, but you probably would have been a good friend. So, because this is what I'm checking. So check it. It's like you're not letting your past hold you back. You're a person who basically works through like their traumas, their past repetitive behaviors that didn't work in the past, and you learn from them. You're also willing to like do the work or mend relationships. It's like you'll put the fair that you put the even give in relationships. And I also got the justice. Like people see you as being fair, and but something that they do have as well is like maybe you might be having a bit of trouble dealing with your shadow side, like dealing with some of those issues that you haven't really talked about. I get maybe you're more of a ponder. You might ponder more about how those issues that you, instead of sharing them with your friends, you probably deal with those issues yourself. So you might give them um, you know, generic answers to some things and not go in depth about how you truly feel or how you're truly thinking with issues that you know you're working through, you know. But I get that these people, your friends think that you may be too good to be true. You know, that's something kind of dope. You know what I mean? They think that you're too good to be true, and at the same time, because you know your worth, you're very controlling, and you're willing to defend yourself if need be, because it's like you've been persecuted before, so you know how to take a stand, as well as you being, you know, slightly risky or slightly a genius, either or, and being slightly egoic, you know, as well as like outgoing, charismatic, and a leader. and they see you as someone who's willing to take a break, take time out, breathe, reassess the situation, see if this is what you're looking for. It's like you're not one who has to make you don't have to make the decisions, but you choose to. So you might really just be someone who's very smart, very intelligent, but people might see what you're doing as a bit risky or a bit out of the norm because it's like you're not afraid, but it's probably because you've already analyzed what you're going to do before you're doing it. You know what I mean? Because I get that you're a deep thinker. You might be also a loner, but it's like you're a loner. You don't mind being alone, but I also have that you work with friends. You work well with friends with this mending. So you're definitely someone who works well with friends. You guys could work towards a common goal together. And people see you as having a loyal heart, so they definitely see you as someone who they can trust and be honest and be open with. They just see you as someone who's prideful though, and at times that might get in the way. They also see you as someone who might be a bit boring. You may not do too much. It's like they probably just sit and watch you if at most, because it's like you'll take opportunities when they present themselves, but you're not one to go after them. So I'm not quite sure what they mean when they say that you are someone quick to like make quick decisions, or maybe you're either smart, really smart, or really dumb. Just like that's like the in between. Like they can't really tell if you're a genius or if you're just really crazy. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, they see you as slightly boring, but willing to take opportunities when they present themselves. Which would, okay, I get it. That would tie in with you being kind of reckless, or being kind of a genius. So that would tie into that. I get it. But they also see you as taking control of your past, like getting over those stories. Because probably in the past you had to defend yourself a lot, and you had to take control of situations. And it was always like people were trying to either come at you. It seemed like people were always prosecuting you or going against you. And so your friends, they see that in you, and they see that you've taken control of that now. It's like you've taken the bull by the horn, and now you're the one giving them pain, or controlling other people, or basically persecuting them. I don't get like a vindictiveness, but I get that now you're in control. All right, I do get that you allow yourself to experience more joy and love. So I'm getting you have a lot of personal power because you have two cards of the solar plexus. So I get that you have a lot of personal power, a lot of inner strength. All right, and you're a deep thinker. You mostly spend a lot of time, alone. And most of these cards, except for the two, and the two. So you might have had issues with relationships, because in the two cards that I do see with people in there outside of mending, you might be someone who always fixes relationships from the past. That might be your shadow side, where you still kind of deal with relationships from the past, and that might stem from you having a really loyal heart. All right, and the fact that you're probably a loner, so that probably is what you do. You probably stick to people because you have intimacy here as well. So that usually deals with you getting to know people like clearly, like without the rose. Well, sometimes you may keep the rose tinted glasses on, but other times you may not. But it's like you allow other people to see you. You're not afraid of them seeing you being vulnerable, and your friends notice that. That's why they feel you as so loyal and trustworthy. And like I said, they see you getting past your past. They've seen you move past your past. That might be something you tell them, like, hey, that was in my past, or you tell them like, don't let their past hold them up. But they do just see you struggling with, maybe a relationship issues where you're not quite like open about them, or not as vulnerable about them. That's something that you're working through, or maybe they see you as afraid to work through it. Like it's there and y'all maybe don't acknowledge it, collect like together. Y'all might not say much about it, but they kind of see that they feel like you're afraid to address these shadow sides having to do with relationships, possibly past relationships that you felt you might have lost out on or missed out on, or just didn't fulfill you. But they also see you as fair, honest, having some integrity, uprightness. They see you going through like a positive change, and like you're daring to be different. You're not afraid to be criticized by other people. And more so, they just see you being able to take time out for yourself. Like you're not afraid to just call the halt and reassess where you've been so far in your relationships. So if they're wondering why you're like afraid to like address the shadow side of your relationships, I'm also wondering how they got to see, like, maybe that's kind of weird, because I'm trying to figure out, I was like, how do you see someone like able to call arrest to things that aren't working, but at the same time see them as struggling in it. But okay, that's how they see you. They see you as struggling in it at the same time as knowing when to quit or take a time out and reassess relationships. Okay, because they really see you as a deep thinker. You know, they might also see you as someone who deals with health. You know what I mean? Or because I see cinnamon and I see metabolic, which have to do with like weight. And I know cinnamon oil is good for losing weight. You know, cutting fat. You know what I mean? So they might see you sometimes struggle with body issues though. That's something that you might comment on, maybe how your body is. Maybe you want tell them you want to work out. Maybe you're telling them you want to diet. But they see you as attempting to make positive change in your life, and you've taken control of your life. You know, so that's pretty dope. You know, because you're a risk taker, you're smart, you're loyal, you're charismatic, you're a leader, you're outgoing, you're willing to take a break when you need to, you'll call a quit to situations that aren't serving you, you're a deep thinker, you're not letting your past hold you back, you're intimate, you allow people to see you, you know your own worth, though you do stress a little bit about being maybe overweight, maybe a little too skinny, or just not quite the way that you would like yourself, but you do know your value overall as far as what you will and won't take. Now they see you as might be struggling with, you know, relationship shadow side where maybe you hold on to relationships a little bit longer, and that could be due to you having a loyal heart where it's like you feel like you need to mend them. And to other people, that kind of looks like either that's a smart idea or maybe that's a dumb idea. Like they can't really decide because you're so intellectual or very smart that they don't really know what to do. They don't really know how to make up, like what to make of you outside of, you know, to me, you're like an extraordinary person, you know, and I would see why people would want to be friends with you. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I got. So, that's what I got. Pile one. Thanks for watching. I'm going to slide over here to pile two and see what's up with them. Pile two. So, pile two. How do your friends see you? Okay. Similar. Okay. So, your friends see you as a good time. You're a bit off the wall, maybe quirky, might be an Aquarius. You might be a Leo. Um, what else I see? I say I'm just seeing Aquarius and a Leo right now. But they see you as possibly having money from either other people, maybe family, maybe you were born into money, but they see you as like slightly wealthy and they see you as like one of the best dressed. All right. I get also that you pay attention, like you go with the flow and you know what things are for you and aren't for you. It's like you go with fate. You know, you take fate. You know what I mean? Because you got fate here and you got nothing set in stone, which is usually about going with the flow, right? And that's how I'm seeing it as well. It's like you're going with the flow, and things that aren't meant for you, you're okay with like letting them go. You know, there is an energy of you like kind of feeling like all that you're doing, like they see you maybe working for like some type of abundance or trying to get to some type of level of stability, and it may seem like you're not going anywhere or like you're going in circles. They also see you as like going through a period of healing, you know, but they see you as doing it in an awkward way, the way that you're healing. It's not traditional, is how I'm getting it. They see you more like as a rebel, like you go against social norms or you go against like certain ideologies or common ideologies. Like you don't believe in the same thought process that other people have. In fact, it's like you may feel they see you as a problem solver, but just like you feel like maybe society's way of being or society's way of thinking is skewed. And so you think that maybe like the way you come off, they feel you have a solution on how to change society or change the environment that you guys are in. but they see you as someone who's struggling to get their abundance or to get to like stable ground or stable foundation. It's like you're treading water and you're doing your best, but it's taking you some time to get where you want to be, and it's not quite how you would like it. Though it is there, it's there to be seen, but it's just like it's taking you a while to get there. It's like you're churning butter. All right. There's people as well. They see you as having integrity. You know what I mean? So they're not quite sure how you got your money. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're okay. It's like you're not laxed with money. Either you were gifted money, like you've had money gifted to you from some way, or you give the appearance of having money. You know what I mean? Like you're well dressed and you just seem to be comfortable or at ease. But you're just kind of like off the wall, quirky. And they see you going through this period of healing, and the way that you're healing is unusual to them. Maybe the process that you're using healing or whatever it is that you're doing to use that's not traditional to them is it's just weird to them, that you're into it, but it's like it's not nothing that they wouldn't expect you to do because you're so eccentric. They just see you as somebody who goes with the flow of life, and you feel like listening to like, well, they see you basically like you listen to your own inner guidance. It's like you have your own direction and purpose, and it's like you have a message that you be wanting to get out. The way that you process information and the way that you process the world is totally different. It's like, it's like upside down in a sense. You're looking at the world differently than how we look at the world, or how the other people may look at the world, because who knows, we may see the world the same. you know but we get it as you definitely recognize when things aren't for you. You know what I mean? It's like you believe in fate. You believe that everything has its time or its place. All right. They also see you as attractive. You might be a little on the hefty side. Not why I say hefty, but you could be on the hefty side, but not hefty. You could be on the full body side, or a little plump, little rounder. I like to call them thick. So you could be a little thicker than normal. But they also see you as someone who usually takes like a lot of naps or does a lot of resting. Like you do a lot of, you might have like I get like the tired, it's like a tiredness, like fatigue. You might be overworked sometimes. I get an energy of you being like overworked. And they see you as like friendly, outgoing, with the Three of Cups. They see you as like friendly, outgoing, part of a community, part of a family. They see you like as a close-knit person, though you're just a little bit awkward. You know what I mean? And they see you as healing, like almost done, almost complete, about like 90% done healing, and it's like you're trusting in fate. You know that your abundance is coming. It's just that it's taking you a while, but you're doing all you can. And they see that, They definitely see you as attractive with this jewel card, you know. They see you as getting another opportunity, or that you're aware of another opportunity. They also see you as, probably, I want to say, I get that you could be a loner as well, right? But that you still work well with people, because we got the Three of Pentacles. So you still work well with people. You're still cooperative, in a practical sense, possibly at work. Or you might be an artist of some sort. But they see you as like outgoing, like, fun. You know what I mean? Like it's a good time with you, like a jolly good time with you. And they definitely see you loving on yourself, you know. I get this energy of you just kind of like just wherever the wind takes you, however life goes, you're okay with it. Like you got you. Because now with this process of you healing, you have another level of integrity. Maybe in the past you might have felt so worried about what was going to happen, and now that you started like healing and loving yourself with this non-traditional way of healing, you pretty much feel like, hey, I have a solution, and maybe this solution can help other people. Or you just have the feeling of like you have a solution for yourself, or maybe for your community, because whenever Aquarius energy shows up, it has to do with humanitarian. So you're thinking about other people outside yourself in this healing process, which is dope. That's a dope friend. All right. Um, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I see abundance coming up. You're close to it because you got a 9 right here. So you're close. You're just doing all you can do to get there. And it's something about like moving around, but like I guess after you do maybe whatever it is that you do, however you do it with them, Like, because, if you're bouncing off the wall and quite quirky, they just seeing you as needing to always rest or take a break somewhere. It's like maybe you're doing the most, or maybe life is straining you. Maybe because when you're going through healing, you might be releasing, like, those hormones or whatever, those what are they called? When you heal, you get rid of like there I forgot what it's called, but it's like chemicals in the body. Like you start changing, like you release them. You know what I mean? Like fear has like a chemical to it. So it's the same thing with like sadness and anger. They have like a chemical basis to them inside the body. So I can't think of what the exact words are, but anyway, I think you could probably get where I'm going with that. But they just see you as probably healing and needing more time to rest than normal. You know what I mean? It's like you do a lot of contemplating, a lot of thinking, and probably in the laying down. That's what they envision you. They think about. So maybe when they call you or FaceTime you, you're laying down. You know what I mean? But they do see you as someone who's fun to be out with, like to go out and enjoy yourself. So like maybe a night on the town, you're the person because you're the quirky one, you're the outgoing one. You're not thinking about what other people are thinking. You've done most of your healing. You know what I mean? You just kind of go with the flow and believe in life giving you whatever it's supposed to give you. You know what I mean? So you're like at a different level of peace. And they like that. Even though you're struggling and trying to get to where you're going, they see that it's on the way and that you're doing the best you can and that you're doing as much as you can. They see that you have integrity. They see that you're very good at processing information and new ideas, and they also see you as, they see you as taking responsibility for yourself. So they see you as knowing that your thoughts cause your suffering. Okay. So maybe you're aware that your thoughts cause your suffering, and they see you as being aware of like your thinking process. Like you're super aware of yourself. And that's dope. That's a good friend to have. But somehow they see you as having money, like being abundant, possibly having money from somebody else, or possibly inheriting money, or being gifted money. You know what I mean? Not really that they don't see you as having to work hard for money. That's what I do know. So if you're not being gifted money, they don't see you having to work hard for your money. You know what I mean? They just kind of see you in this like free flowing energy, while you're doing your healing, which is unorthodox to them. But it's got some sense of it's got a sense of spirituality to it. So there's that. Um, I do get that they have you as like pretty loving, but more so loving of yourself, like really loving on yourself. If you look at this picture, she's hugging on herself. So they see you as really a person who really loves on themselves and can process like complex thoughts or complex ideas. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So I get that you might be like a center of the party. Like you don't mind being seen, and you can get a bit vulnerable, but it's from an awkwardness. You know what I mean? You realize that if you can't be who you are, then these people are not for you because you got not for you in reverse. So I'll just get that you're like quirky and outgoing, but not outgoing, but quirky and kind of like unorthodox and just kind of all over the way, and you think thoughts that are different or unusual to how everyone else thinks, and you're not afraid to go against that, but you at the same time you're willing to just kind of like go with the flow of life. And if things are for you, they're for you, and if they're not for you, you get them gone. You know what I mean? But you are willing to cooperate with others and work with others. You have a sense of like community, camaraderie, as well as like you are like the life of the party, or you're very exciting when you guys go out. You're like you make your friend group happy. Now they seen you in the past as being super worried, and they seen you start doing the healing and just kind of going with the flow of life. And now you've picked up this sense of your own integrity and really loving on yourself. And it's like you go within your emotions and see what stories are true to you and what stories are not. And now you believe that your own thought process is what's actually causing the suffering or your happiness. So you've done a lot of inner reflecting, and they see that about you. They do see you as maybe sometimes being a slight temperamental. That's what I was getting, like slightly temperamental, like, and mostly it comes from your thoughts, because you might be someone who's like an overthinker, or just kind of like worry yourself and worry yourself sometimes into like emotionally erupting. You know what I mean? Which is kind of weird because it's like they see you as processing or having a quick process and loving it. Well, okay, that makes sense because you're only 90% of your healing away. Like you've already done 90%. It's only a little bit left. You know what I mean? But healing is an ongoing process, but you've done a whole lot, is what I'm saying. And they've recognized that because now you're like you're letting your weirdness show. And you don't have to work hard for your money. That's cool. All right. So that's what I got. Oh, I get that they see you eat a lot of good food. Like you maybe you eat slightly healthy though, but they see you eat like really good food, exquisite food. You know, maybe expensive food or organic food. It's something, you know, or Chinese food. That might be a thing. Something like if not Chinese, it's more uh, like foreign food, food that's not you know it's not familiar to y'all, not you know culturally to you, I guess, not to your culture, whatever that may be. Get what I'm saying? But they definitely get you going like on your way to abundance. It's just giving you. It's like you're just having a hard time right now, you know. But they see you as not tripping. That you still getting some money, you know what I mean? So I see. So somehow you're getting money, and they see you as like being dressed. So maybe they think you're secretly holding money because they see you as like trying to get towards money, but maybe okay, so maybe you're just dressed really well, or you always just seem to have money even though you're going through hard troubles, and maybe they're just trying to figure that out. You know, you guys are kind of like pile one, which was kind of not really conflicting, but just slightly. You know how we always have those contradictions about ourselves with our friends, how sometimes we love them so deeply, but we don't trust them. It's kind of like this, but they trust you, but they just you know they just see you as a little weird, little you know, a little off the wall, a little you know eccentric. You're not what we're used to, but they like you and they love you because you know you just kind of go with the flow and you're really intelligent. You're good at processing complex ideas, you know, with integrity. You know, so I'm pretty much just repeating the same thing over. So I'm gonna go over here to pile three. You know what I mean? Thanks for watching pile two. This is your reader. It's your boy Nudie, Leo in the third house. Pile three. So pile three. How do your friends see you? Some type of inspiration. Okay. So I'm getting that your friends aren't really quite sure what to make of you for sure. What they do though is because they feel like they don't know you all the way. It's like you keep a mask. You know, you kind of let them in slightly, but not quite all the way. It's like you give them more spiritual aspects. You know, you give them with this guru. You're more of like an inspirational thinker, talker. You know what I mean? Maybe someone who gets into like yoga, or someone who is into like psychedelic drugs or into like alcohol or any type of mind altering induced induced thinking. So like you might do your best talking or thinking or inspiring friends when you're under the influence. They kind of see you as one of those people, but really being peaceful, more peaceful and kind of like kumbaya type of person. But they do also see you as someone who can kind of be like in three minds, where you're usually stuck in the past or stuck in the future, where you're really needing to be more so present. So they see you as someone who maybe a little spacey. You know, that's why I'm getting the energy of being a little spacey, and they're not really quite sure how to put a finger on you. But they do see you as well as being artistically gifted or being creative in some sort, you know, possibly working on a project, you know, doing something having to do maybe with meditation or some type of spirituality for sure. It's something because you got unfinished symphony. So they definitely see you as someone working on some type of project that you just haven't quite finished yet. Maybe you're putting the finishing touches on it, but you're doing something towards it. They see you definitely as someone who's motivational and someone who helps people rise above their issues. You know, it's like you're patient. You're someone who takes time out for self as well. I'm getting I get two cards of people in the meditation. The meditation. So you definitely could be a yogi or someone who practices yoga or mindful breathing or something of that sort. Mm. Yeah, you're definitely spiritual because I get that you see the bigger picture, which is like Sagittarius energy. So you have like a broad way of thinking. Like you kind of see how everything is encompassed in one thing. Like you see how everything is connected. But I get that so that you motivate people. You know what I mean? And sometimes when people ask you for advice, you probably start off with, well, where do I start? You know what I mean? Like you're one of those people like it's so much to whatever it is that you're going to explain that, oftentimes you don't know exactly where to attack it, you know? But I get that you could be a little bit contentious in relationships where maybe you don't reach out as much to others because you're just used to being by yourself. Because in all these cards, you're by yourself. In this card, you're all by yourself. So they see you as someone who's willing to learn, who's very inquisitive, ask a lot of questions. Like they feel like you're one who does a lot of researching, analyzing. You know what I mean? Asking questions. You're someone who's kind of curious about life. You know, but you do it from but like you do that for enjoyment. Like you get a lot of research done on spiritual matters. That's the kind of energy I get, or possibly emotional matters as well. You know what I mean? But you're really someone who goes deep into intellectual pursuits of some sort, like in depth. You really like read books. You might be a big book reader because I also got this book here, the guy with the book. So they might see you as someone who gets a lot of information, who's like really into gaining as much information as possible so that they can collect or connect everything into like one thing. But they see you working as on some type of project. All right. Like I said, I kind of see that there's like maybe their commitment, they might see that their commitment is being tested with you, because you might be comfortable always alone. Because in all these cards, they're alone, but they're in peace and they're in serene energy. So they're like relaxed. They're like at home alone. All right. And they see you as getting over some type of regret or some type of sadness or hurt. They see you like getting over that slowly. Like you're still kind of in that energy, but they see you as getting over that. They do have you as someone where they can't really put their finger on your intentions or why you do certain things. Like it's not really clear to them, but they see that you do take action. They see that you feel that you create your own world through basically a bigger lens of a higher understanding, because you have this energy of being like a higher understanding, but you kind of give people a mask. Like you don't let them see who you really are. I get that you're very inviting though. Like you're open to allow people to come in, allow them to be around. You talk to them at any time. You share thoughts and concerns with them. Like they feel comfortable enough to share thoughts and concerns with you. Um, what else? You could be a Capricorn, could be a Aquarius, you could be a Pisces, could be a Sagittarius, could be an Aries as well. Again, maybe you're not quite finished getting over this past regret, this past hurt that you've been dealing with. You might not be quite, well, you're definitely not quite over it. So maybe you're working on that. They see you as working on that for sure. Maybe getting more information about emotional wellness or emotional health. But they do see you as someone who's willing to blaze a new path or like go out and go out on a limb and, try something different for themselves. Like they see you as a pioneer, someone who's willing to take risk or someone who's willing to go out and just kind of blaze a trail for other people to follow. But you're really at peace by yourself, and they see you as someone who never gives up hope. You really are an inspiring person to them. You really motivate people and help them rise to, their higher potential. And they feel like their commitment is being tested with you because maybe you're separating or you're comfortable alone, and maybe they feel like isolated from you because you're always alone. But you're at peace alone. So maybe they feel slightly isolated from you as well because they can't really figure out your intentions or figure out the basis for why you do what you're doing. But they do feel like you're encouraging, and they very much feel like you're enlightening. You know what I mean? So they feel like you have higher knowledge possibly esoteric knowledge, because Sagittarius has high esoteric knowledge. So you could be, someone who has very well versed in esoteric information. So I'm getting that as well. Um, you're one of those people who think that there has to be more to life than what we currently see. And that's something they know about you. You definitely have a lot of spiritual roots in this, you know what I mean? And you might be someone who has like high intuition because, you got Hakati, who watches three different angles at one time. So you could be someone who's able to like see the past, the present, and the future, or be like really present in what's going on and be able to see things before they happen. Like you might be someone who holds on to information from prior or previous events and then attaches it to what's happening right now and then project for what may happen in the future. You get where I'm going? I think that's probably who you may be, because I got, like I said, I got signs of Capricorn, I got signs of Aquarius, and I got signs of Pisces, and I got signs of Sagittarius, and I got signs of Aries. So you could be one of these signs. But that's pretty much it. People really see you as like a spiritual guru, having heightened intuition, or being able to see things, or be able to see, like kind of like see people's motives. But it's this energy of like people not being able to see you. They got this energy of not knowing why you do what you do, or not really understanding you. But you're able to see a bigger picture, and it's like you have an expansive vision or expansive ideas. And so with them, they feel like their commitment is being tested because they don't know really where they stand with you, because you might keep a stone face or you really don't show too many emotions with them. But they have noticed that you're getting over some emotions, so you're working through some emotions. You're about, I would say for you, you might be halfway through, what I mean? Or maybe you're in and out with your friends. Like you might be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That might be how they feel about you, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But they do see you as inviting, homely, easy to talk to, easy to share your heart with, or share their heart with, because they see that you've gotten over like past heartbreak or past regrets, past emotional losses, basically. I mean? Like that regret and shame, they see you coming out of that. And now I guess maybe through your spiritual practice, because you do either a lot of breathing, a lot of intentional breathing, or a lot of yoga, or something of that sense, something where, with the body. And they see you as like very inquisitive, or always asking a lot of questions, willing to learn. Like you had this eagerness to learn, to get more information, to study more, to know more, to know more, as well as someone who's willing to blaze a trail and make their own path or make their own way in life. You're willing to take risk, before others will. You may just stay with a close friend or two, and with them, you guys could pretty much take over the world. That's the energy I'm seeing that they see you. This is how your friends would view you. So that's what I got. Pile 3. Thanks for watching. This your boy Nitty, and this is Leo in the 3rd house. About to go over here to pile 4. Pile 4. This your pile right here. Okay. Okay, so this is what I get. You're working on something for sure, because I got you with co-creating with spirit, and I got you with the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups, which are very creative people. They're also emotionally intuitive, as well as we have the card intuition here. So they see you as very intuitive. They see you as very emotionally giving, possibly charming, possibly outgoing. Well, not outgoing, but they see you as very charming, very warm, very loving. They kind of see you as daring. You know what I mean? They do see that sometimes there is like a boundary with you when it comes to expressing emotions. It's like when to give and when not to give. They see you as also very patient with the 7 of Pentacles. They see you as someone who sees the potential in things. You're not afraid to do the work, or at least set the seed to get things going. And you're willing to wait for things to grow. You hold your vision. You're a person who keeps your mind steady on the goal. And even if, when things seem impossible, you basically have like this energy of being able to reconnect and re-inspire yourself. And I get that you get rid of like that negative self-talk or that negative self-criticism or the same pattern and cycle. Like you don't keep telling yourself those negative stories about yourself. So they see you as someone who's gotten over that, telling negative stories about yourself or having negative thoughts about yourself. They see you as working through that, because though it's here, it's present. It means that it's present, but that you're working through it. Like you're almost pretty much out of that phase of life. They see you as possibly getting married to someone or having a committed relationship, or they see you as someone who keeps up with the current standards. Like you keep like a straight laced life. You know, you might be a Virgo, or you could be a Capricorn, or you could be a Sagittarius. I get that energy. Or you could be I say Aries, but you could be Aries. But I'm thinking Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That's the energy I'm getting for this as well. I get though that you have a powerful voice. That they recognize you by your voice. Maybe your voice is very smooth, very silky. Mm. So I get that you might do some type of drugs because it's like the need to escape. I see escapism, which usually has to do with like drugs or alcohol or just mind altering drugs. You may or may not. Or you just may feel like you need to just get out of life. Maybe you get tired of like routine. But they see you as someone who's also contentious or willing to fight or defend, maybe defend a relationship or defend your beliefs, because you have wedding, which also represents beliefs. So you could be someone who's willing to defend their beliefs, as well as someone who might be slightly an overgiver, who might give more than what they receive. But you're like you're an analytical person. You maybe don't share your emotions too well, or it takes a little bit of time to warm up. I don't see too much outside of the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups, which lets me know that you're a very emotional person, but you just may not share them always. It might take a little bit of time before you open up. But when they finally get you to open up, they see like you're very abundant when it comes to emotions. Like you're very loving, very caring, very nurturing, highly intuitive. Like you just know. As well, they see you co-creating with spirit. So you could be creating something similar, like something like you could be just working on something, some type of possible project, or you could just be some type of content creator as well. But they see you as co-creating with spirit. So it's like they see you basically creating your future, like manifesting your future. They see you doing that, and to them it seems like it's happening fast. But they definitely see you as someone who's willing to fight for their beliefs. You know what I mean? And they see you as like, even if it seems like impossible, you're a person who kind of keeps the vision in mind. What it is that you want done, what it is that you envision happening, that's the type of person that you are. You may be a Leo, Aquarius, a Taurus, or a Scorpio, because this is fixed moon. So you could be that. You could be one of those people. That's because they're fixed signs. So you could be one of them as well. They also see you as attractive, because you got rainbow, which lets me know that you may not see yourself as attractive. So they may see you as not seeing yourself as attractive, but they see you as possibly being able to get whoever you want. They also might just see you in a relationship, or they might see you as marriage material, if that resonates with you. But I get this energy of them just seeing you able to defend yourself and defend your beliefs, and someone who is headstrong and stubborn about what it is that they're focused on. You're pretty much one of those people who focus on the things that seem impossible or like they can't be achieved. Maybe you're an overachiever, because when you have Virgo, they're usually someone who tries to attempt to be an overachiever. They're highly critical. So they see you as getting over this, and realizing that you are good enough. They see you as getting over that never-ending story of telling yourself these harsh criticisms about yourself and harsh self-negative talk. You know what I mean? They see you as getting over that and actually working with spirit for a new beginning. All right. They see you reconnecting the spirit, right? It's like now you are more present, and now you're doing what you love. So you could be creating something with spirit, and they see you doing what you love now. And they see that you now realize that you are good enough, and you've gotten rid of that never-ending story that you used to tell yourself in your head. They see you as being able to trust your intuition and recognizing that what seems logical may not always necessarily be right, which is pretty big. It's pretty big. They also see you as an inspiration as well. They see you as feeling like you're filled full of possibilities. Like To you, there are all type of possibilities. That's why you believe in the impossible, because things can't, nothing. It seems like anything can happen for you. So you believe in all of it, and you just follow your intuition towards where you're going towards. You know, they see you like trusting and continuing in your dreams, like you're holding your vision, you're believing in the impossible, you're believing that this can happen, and you're really working with spirit to make it happen. And they see you doing it, and they see you like evolving in your self-worth, and like actually fighting and defending your actual your beliefs. So this could be traditional beliefs, or this could be, you could be defending a relationship, a marriage. They see you though as really loving, really nurturing, really possibly romantic or really charming. You definitely like wear your heart on the sleeve some days. But at the same time, like you protect yourself. You have your own level of your own barrier for protection when you express your emotions. And sometimes there are some feelings where you just don't quite always share. It's like you know how to control your emotions. You know how to turn them on and turn them off when you feel like it. But you inspire them with that. You're always open to new information, and it's like you connect with your body. So that's why your intuition is strong. You know what your body is asking for. You know how to feel when something is wrong. You have big intuition. That's what they really see. They feel like you're damn near psychic. No lie. Like, well, not psychic, but like your emotions wise, like they feel like like you just know, like you follow your gut. That's what I get. They see you follow your gut, and you're willing to defend it and stand on it. That's what I get. All right. What else I got? Yeah, it's like they see you as like not being stuck anymore. And that's a good thing. That's great. They see you as not being stuck anymore. Is that actually like moving forward, reconnecting with spirit, reconnecting with your higher beliefs or higher, what I mean? It's like they see you connecting with destiny or with your purposes. They see you going with where you're supposed to be going at this time. I kind of get an energy of maybe some of your friends want to offer you their cup. Maybe they want to offer you like a offer, or maybe take you out. Like I get this energy of them wanting to. Maybe some of your friends are not friends. Well, they could be friends. I mean, if they put themselves in the friend zones, I guess they're friends. But some of your friends, they have romantic feelings for you. And I get this energy of you maybe not paying them any attention, and that disappoints them. There's an energy of them being disappointed that you don't see them in that way, even though they're offering you these emotions, because they see you as charming and warm and loving and nurturing and intuitive and just like able to handle deep emotions. Like you have a lot of emotional depth, and I guess that's probably why they see you as attractive as well. Emotion, they see you as romantically attractive, you know. So you could be well, I see a bunch of different cards here. So I only see, okay, well, you might have been someone who was a little heavy and then lost weight, because that's what I am noticing. Because everybody else is slender except for this King of Cups, who's kind of heavy, but he's like not really heavy. It's just his clothes are really baggy. So you might be someone who like keeps like baggy clothes, except for when you go out, you keep the appearance of being like upright and uptight, kind of. I get you. They see you as a quick thinker. Someone who's really, really fast to respond to things, but as well as wise. Like they see you very wise as well, because I see this owl here. So they see you as very wise, but they see you like following your heart more than anything. Like your heart is what leads it. That's what got you out of this negative self-talk. Your heart led you out of that, and helps you believe now that you're good enough. Hmm. Yeah, but they see you as well as being like very prim and proper, or everything has its place. Everything needs to be where it needs to be, like very Virgo energy. But you could just be an earth sign, period, because the earth signs do share in those same common traits sometimes. Yeah. So I basically just see you kind of like waiting on this, like waiting on the fruit to basically produce after all this stuff that you've done. You're just waiting on your fruit, waiting on your harvest. That's what they basically see you doing. They see you standing your ground, defending your beliefs, holding your vision, believing in yourself, co-creating with spirit, following your destiny, reconnecting and inspiring in them. They see you as that person. So I see why they would want to be intimate with you or romantically involved with you. You're that person. Plus, you have great intuition. So that might be why. That's probably why you rejected their offers or you weren't really too interested with their offers because they're a knight and you're a king. So that means that you would have more. You have way more emotional depth than they do. So they may not be able to handle the depth that you're bringing, and so maybe that's why you're not interested in that. They have a little understanding of their emotions, but they're not quite they're not quite understanding of emotions like you are. So that's some of the energy I'm getting as well. But they do see you being very patient and loving and nurturing and caring, and just romantic. And so that would make them for sure want to see you in a romantic way, and they realize that that you are good enough. Like it's been revealed to you now that you are good enough. So now you're believing in yourself and you're going after, I guess, a dream or a destiny because now you're co-creating with spirit and they're seeing you. They're seeing you getting your stability up. They're seeing you get rid of the way that you talk to yourself and now following and leading life with your heart and listening to your intuition and your inner guidance. So before I start talking in circles, that's all I got, Power 4. Thanks for watching. This is your boy Noonie, and this is Leo in the third house. Hey.